I can't hear.
All right.
I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear
awesome.
you.
All
Yeah.
right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to On Another Levels, Arthur's Babble. Tonight, we're getting up close and personal with Terence Doctor, author of Please Give Me a Dollar. Welcome tonight, Terence. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm making it. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. No complaints. No complaints whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So, tell our listening audience a little bit about yourself.
I am a 34-year-old community activist, author, um, community advocate, community and youth advocate. I'm a husband. I'm a father. Um, I am the founder of a young man mentorship program called Blueprint to Manhood, which is for young men ages 7 to 17, which focuses on that teaches young men to focus on their journey into manhood.
Okay.
I do a lot within my community. I just love to celebrate life and be the change that you want to see within your community.
I love it.
As far as my writing, I started writing when I was about 13 or 14 years old. For me, writing was therapeutic. So I just used that to help me put my feelings down on paper.
Okay.
But I started writing about 13 or 14 years old. And I just kept all of that down on paper until, I was able to, publish the book. So.
Okay. So, please give me a dollar.
Mhm.
Tell me, how did you come up with that title?
Believe it or not, Please Give Me a Dollar. The title was the easiest part of the book for me. It was fairly easy. The reason why I called my book Please Give Me a Dollar because I equate my happiness to a dollar, in a sense.
Okay.
For me, it doesn't take much to make me happy.
Okay.
So I just compare my happiness to a dollar. So for me, is certain people may want certain materialistic things. Not to say that materialistic things aren't nice.
Right.
I don't want my happiness to solely be just on materialistic things or what a person can do for me, but how do I see myself? How do I view myself? So for me, when I say please give me a dollar, it's in essence me saying please give me my happiness. But I'm saying in essence to me per se. But that was the easiest part of the book. It didn't take me long to come up with that easy.
Okay, so you said that was the easiest part of the book. So what was the hardest part of the book?
Me. No,
Okay.
it was me.
So,
The hardest part of the book was me. It was, I stood in my own way a lot. Like I overthought a lot. So, writing, it took me a long time to finish this book.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Man, I was hoping you weren't going to ask me that question. I just played. It took me about 9 years. I want to say about nine, yeah. Because I started the book, and like when I first started writing, I had no intentions on being an author. I just was writing to, like I said, it was therapeutic, so I just wanted to write. And then I didn't really decide that I wanted to write a book until I was maybe 22 or 23. And then when I started the book, I hit as life gets hard sometimes. So I put the book down and I sat it down for a good little minute. I sat it down for years.
Okay.
And then when I finally picked it back up, I said, you know what? Obviously, I want the book to still be me, but I want to change the concept. So I started pretty much back over, same title and everything. But I had to learn how to stand out of my own way because I overthought a lot. It was like, well, maybe, people aren't going to like it. What if I'm not good enough? What if, I stood in my own way a lot. So
let me ask you a question though. So I hear you saying that you stood in your own way, but when you set out to write the book, what was the purpose of the book?
When I initially started out writing, it was just going to be a keepsake for me. I wasn't even going to release the book. It was just something that I wanted to write because the book is essentially my journal made public.
Right, exactly.
It was my journal. So for me, I was going to just complete the book. And it sounds very weird, but that's what I was going to do. I was going to complete the book, get it printed off, and I was just going to keep it. I wasn't going to sell it. I wasn't going to do anything because it was my journal made public. But my purpose, as I started writing the book and I started growing a little more, it's like, you know, I'm a firm believer in like what we go through isn't just for us,
right?
To help other people too. So it's like, you know what? Then I started growing in my walk with God. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, all right, I'm learning this lesson here. Like, I can help somebody. And, you know, like I said before, I'm active in the community. So for me, it's like, if I could just help one person find their passion and find their goals and find their dreams and let them know that if you fall, it's okay. You can get back up.
Right.
So that was the whole purpose of. But when I initially started, I wanted it to be just for me. Because I was kind of, like I said, talking myself out of, well, you know, people aren't going to embrace it. They're not going to like it. They're not going to understand it because in the book, I'm mainly talking about myself and life lessons. So they might not relate. But when I released the book, the feedback was amazing.
Right.
Still, of course. So
that's what I was going to say, because I haven't finished it, but as I was working my way through your book, it's like you just drop little nuggets.
That was it.
Yeah.
I changed the whole concept of the book. At first, it was going to be like a biography type book. You know, it started back in 1986. I was born. Then I looked at the book and I said, you know, I don't want that. Like, I want it to be a free flow reading, easy read book, like of nuggets.
Right. And it's exactly like nuggets. And it's the easy read because the way you have it broken up, it's like a lot of people get overwhelmed when they open up a book and it's just a bunch of words.
Right.
And people just like, okay, no, I'll get to this later. But the way you have it is that you can pick up the book and read a couple of the paragraphs because you've got it broken down in paragraphs. Read a couple, and it's so much even in just those paragraphs.
And that's the point. And it's weird because like and it's weird what I'm about to say, but I can only be honest. Like, I'm a reader. Mm-hmm. But I don't like to read, if that makes sense. Especially
it makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot. Okay, I'm not
wrong. It makes a lot of sense
because I don't want to read a big book.
Right.
You know, like
I do know.
So for me, it was like I don't want it to be a long book. I want it to be very relatable. I wanted the book to feel like, you know, the reader when they have it, like we're sitting down and we're talking. And I write how I talk.
Right.
So for me, the book is literally me.
And I can see that now, actually, having this conversation with you and having read some of your book, I can tell it's like having a conversation with you. And it's like you're just sharing your thoughts.
That's it.
Yeah. So I've highlighted a couple of things in the book that I wanted to bring out. One of the things that I like that you said, and I want you just to expound a little bit more on it. You said, being a hood superstar only limits you to the hood. Mm-hmm. I don't want that life anymore because now I have worldly thoughts. Never limit yourself, set the bar high, and forever make the world remember your name.
Man, that sounds good.
I love that. But what resonates with me is being a hood superstar only limits you to the hood.
Mm-hmm. It was personal feelings. So I grew up in Hopewell, Virginia, and it's a small town, but the area that I stayed in was fairly rough. Mm-hmm. Talented people. Some of my best friends I know still to this day grew up there. So we were surrounded by rough circumstances. Okay. Some guys, you know, were killed. Some guys, you know, went to prison. Some guys did make it out, but you know, but it was hard. So for me, you know, there was a point in my life where I didn't think that I would be able to get out of that type of mindset. I thought that I was going to fall victim to whatever my environment was. I didn't see my way out. And when I say hood, it's not just the physical aspect of it, it's mental.
And I'm glad you're saying that, yes.
Exactly. So there's plenty of people that live in rough neighborhoods, but they have worldly thoughts. Like it's not where they see themselves at now, it's where they see themselves later.
Exactly.
So for me, I saw myself just in that in a hood mentality. I didn't see my way out because I was like, man, this guy right here, I played basketball. This guy right here, he's from my neighborhood. He's really good, and he didn't make it because he got killed. Like, what's the difference between him and me? Like, who's to say that can't be me, or certain stuff like that. So I didn't want to. I had to learn how to stand out of my own way and not limit myself and limit my thinking. So it's that point is to inspire somebody. Like, just because you live in a certain type of neighborhood, you can succeed. You can. Your thoughts could not be of the element that you're in. Like, you can see yourself in a whole different area, a whole different mindset. So, you in the hood and you have no intentions on getting out. Like, you can be a hood superstar. Cool. If that's what you want, I'm not judging. If that's what you want, I just know for me, I don't want that. Like, I don't want that anymore. I'm growing. I got a family. I got dreams. I got goals. It's not judging, but I just don't want that.
Right. Anymore. And I think that's really important because I think a couple of times I read where you said that that's some things are motivation and some things are judgmental, and there's a difference. And because you don't desire something does not mean that you are judging. It just means that I don't want that for me. And sometimes people have a hard time accepting that if they want something and you say, well, no, that's not for me. It's not that I'm judging you because that's what you want. I'm just saying that's not what I want. And I think people have to get that distinction and get that understanding that just because a person disagrees with you or just because a person doesn't want what you want doesn't mean that person's judging you because you want it. I think that's so key because we live in a world where everybody takes everything offensively.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I noticed a couple of times you said that, especially about the people that are around you, and make sure that the people around you are, first of all, honest in calling you on your stuff.
Right. Accountability. Yes. Like, we need accountability.
Yes, I agree.
People those who want to grow. Like,
right.
If you want to grow, like you can't possibly be around people who let you, who if everything you're doing, they just let you know you right all the time.
All the time. Exactly. Exactly. And then you have to know, I think you have to know your circle, because there are some people that I'm around, I never expect for them to say I'm wrong because that's just who they are. But I have a circle that I know that they're going to tell me, no, you wrong, or no, you can't do this or whatever. And that's who I look for to keep me grounded.
Right.
And it's like, I don't look for that from everybody. And it's like, because to me, everybody has a role to play.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a role to play.
Everybody has a role to play. So
and it's up to us though to realize and know those people and their roles. And I think that's how we as individuals end up getting into quagmires, because we think everybody in our life is supposed to play a role that sometimes they're not supposed to play. Right.
And that's how we get ourselves into a lot of trouble.
Yep, exactly.
We're expecting certain things from people.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so another thing you said, let me see here. Hold on. I got it bookmarked here. It says, being around people that motivate you or inspire you to step your game up is essential to your growth. Step out on faith, take some chances, and do the unthinkable.
Man. Woo! That's a good book right there.
It really is. I told you it's a lot of good nuggets here. It's a lot of good. So what when you wrote that, what made you say that? What made you put that piece of information in? In here?
Because I think it goes back to being understanding what your circle brings to the table. Okay. Like you said, everyone plays a role. Mm-hmm. So when I look at my circle, there is no, for me, okay, I'm not jealous of my friends when they succeed.
Exactly.
Like, why would I be jealous of my friends? Like, we're friends. Like, we grew up together. We came from nothing together. Like, I saw what we've gone through and we made it out of. Right. So if you succeed, why would I be jealous of you? If anything, I'm inspired because number one, you're my friend. I saw what you've gone through. So I saw certain stuff. So I feel like it's important to surround yourself with people that inspire you to do better.
Exactly.
So there is no competition.
Oh my God, say that again.
It is no competition. Like, to me, it's no competition. Even in life, there's no competition. My biggest competition is me. It's not even anybody else.
Exactly.
It's me. So it's a bonus when I see people that I love and cherish succeeding, because I get inspiration from that.
That's true.
Because every day is not a sunny day. There are some times where I fall, but if I look up and I see my friend and he's doing good or she's doing good or whatever, it encourages me.
Yes.
Like, I get inspired by people. I get inspired by people. I can know you or not know you.
Right.
You post on social media about somebody whose story. I just saw a post not too long ago on Facebook, and this person I didn't even know. Like, her and her husband had lost their job at the same time, but she had put it out in the atmosphere that she wanted to buy a house at a certain time. And a few years later, they actually got a house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that is motivation.
Right.
So for me, it's your circle. I feel like your circle you should definitely surround yourself by a circle that inspires you and they support you. And it's mutual. It's not just
it's right. There has to be reciprocity. Yeah.
Exactly. It's mutual. It's not just all you're doing is giving, right. And they're not supporting you back. Or like, nah. But if it's mutual friendship and mutual circle and everybody wants to see everybody win.
Yes. That's key.
Amazing. Who doesn't want to have a successful group of friends?
I want everybody to be successful.
Everybody.
Exactly. Yes, everybody. Right. Okay, let me ask you another question. So in your book, out of your book, what is your most favorite piece of or most favorite nugget that you feel like you dropped in this book? Because I mean, there's a lot. Like, I have more things highlighted, but like, what do you feel like is your most like, oh man, yes, that's it right there?
Oh man, that's a good question. So it's a toss-up.
Okay.
There's one quote in there that I said something along the lines of every open door isn't God and every closed door isn't the devil. I think I said something about it's important to learn who is on the other side of the door, who's opening the door.
Oh, wow.
Something to that nature. That one was one of my favorites. And the other one is, oh man. One is at the very beginning. Hold on.
Let's see.
One is at the very beginning. It says something about you got to watch how people use their utensils. Oh. In life, you will sit at the table with people that instead of eating with you, they aim to hurt or eat you. Be careful and watch how people use their utensils. I like that one too. I really like that one.
That's a good one.
That's a tough question. It just depends, because like every day, like if you ask me that question tomorrow, it might be a different one.
Right. That makes sense.
So I guess it just depends on like what you're going through. Like what I was going through in life. I literally know what I was going through at the exact moment I wrote all of it.
So what were you going through? Share with us a little bit. What were you going through when you said, be careful about when you're sitting at the table with utensils, eating with people? What were you at that particular time?
At that particular time, it's more so like I feel like, knowingly or unknowingly, I think that there's at least one person, either in our circle, in our family, in our community, there's at least one person we know that doesn't have good intentions in our circle. So while we're sitting at the table, you know, trying to, or wanting to celebrate together and eat together and support each other, is one person who, instead of, you know, using their utensils to eat food, they might take the knife and try to stab you in the back with it later on down the road.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like it's a different type of mindset. So for me, it was, I hold account, like I look at my circle a lot. I look at my circle a lot. So at that time, it was one of those aha moments, like, you supposed to be my family member, you supposed to be my friend, or we grew up together. Like, why are you saying that to me? Or why are you like what's going on? Like, I thought we were supposed to celebrate together.
Right.
So I had to learn, you know. And of course, like as I grew in my relationship with God, it's like, man, Jesus went through the same thing. He couldn't trust all of his disciples. So it's like, it's bound to happen. So at some point, you're gonna happen to come across someone who, like I said, you know, is not gonna have your best interest at heart. So you want to celebrate, but they don't feel like celebrating. They have other plans.
They have other motives. So let me ask you this: so when you found yourself in that situation where you have had that aha moment, and you discovered that somebody in your circle really doesn't have your best interest at heart, what do you do? How do you handle that, or how did you handle that?
I didn't at that time. I didn't even. I just paid it, like I said in the paragraph. I just say you just got to watch how people use their utensils. So at that time, I didn't even let them know that I knew. I just sat back because I said, at this point in my life, like I'm focused on, I got to get myself straight first, mentally, spiritually. And then when I started working on getting myself straight, I started meditating more, started praying to God more. I just started seeing stuff. It was almost like I got a new set of eyes. And I just started seeing stuff. And I was like, wait, hold on, this been happening the whole time and I didn't see it? Oh, okay. Right. Well, now I know how to adjust. Now it's like, all right. So when I move forward, it was I didn't use energy on the persons.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted to conserve my. It took me a long time to find my peace. I'm not willing to give that up for anybody. So it's like, now, okay, I see it. All right, cool. I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Now, mind you, I see what you're doing, but it's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna slow me down. So I just had to learn, like, to just keep moving. Like, everything doesn't deserve a reaction from me. I got caught up in a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Trying to prove certain things, and I got into some trouble trying to do certain things that didn't even really deserve a reaction from me.
Right.
So,
and I think that's a key thing that you said. Not everything deserves a reaction, nor does it deserve your energy. And I think the older I've gotten is I just allow people to weed themselves out of my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like and they will, and it's like there's nothing that I have to do. I don't have to exert any energy or whatever. I'm aware, and I think the whole point was for me to be aware, and I am aware. And okay, keep on going.
Right.
Yeah, keep it moving. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Tell our listening audience, our viewing audience, where they can purchase your book.
Amazon. Amazon is on Amazon. Oh man, look at my baby. Yeah, it's on Amazon. Holidays is coming up. Great gift on Amazon. It's for ebook and paperback as well.
Yes.
So I'm working on now getting it on more platforms as we speak. I have books on hand also if anybody would like to order. They're actually $10 if you order directly through me, and I sign it, of course. And
how can they reach you?
Say it again.
How can they reach you to order directly from you?
You could follow, obviously, my Facebook name, Terence Doctor, TERENCE. I believe I'm at the Facebook limit of friends, so send me a message.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also email me at terencedoctor22@gmail.com. And what is else? On my Instagram page, Pharaoh_doctor. You can send me a message on there as well. What else? I think that's it.
All right. We got it. I'm just trying to make sure everybody has that. So if they want to reach out directly. Okay, awesome. All right. So now it's time for our game. And tonight it's just going to be thought-provoking questions. I'm going to ask you a couple thought-provoking questions, and you're just going to share your answer with us.
Okay.
So the first question is, when was the last time you tried something new?
The last time I tried something new.
That was too long.
Yeah, it's been a while. I want to say it's food related.
Okay.
I want to say this was a while ago though. But this is the only thing that pops up to my head at the moment.
Okay.
I ate octopus.
Oh, isn't it delicious?
It was chewy.
Oh,
it was chewy.
You didn't have. I'm sorry.
Octopus. It wasn't bad though, but I had octopus.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be chewy though.
Yeah, it was really, really chewy. It was little baby. It was little baby octopus. It was about 8 of them on a plate.
And it was chewy. Okay, but I love octopus, so it was. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay.
Yours wasn't chewy?
No, mine was very tender, and oh, it tasted. It almost reminded me of um like some pork belly. The way it was cooked, it was so tender.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was real good.
I don't know where my octopus came from. I was chewing that bad boy like the
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it was overcooked. That's what that
yeah,
was. It was
that's probably what it
overcooked.
was.
Oh, I'm
I didn't
sorry.
even know if it was. I mean, I definitely didn't even know it, but I was chewing it for a good little minute. But it wasn't bad.
Okay, but did it have a good flavor at least?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Okay, at least that was good. You had a good flavor. Okay, what's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say?
The most sensible thing
Hmm.
to me, or just in general,
Just in general.
the most sensitive thing I've heard someone say. The most sensible thing. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I would have to say. All right, I'll have to say. So it makes me feel some type of way, but obviously, like when my queen, when she tells me she loves me, and
Hmm.
then my daughter does the same thing, and my daughter's 3.
Okay.
When she says it, it just like when they both say it, it makes my heart kind of
Oh,
When
when your daughter
my daughter
says
says
it,
it, it's it hits different.
okay, it hits different.
I don't know
Gotcha.
why, but it just does.
Okay, yeah, that's your baby girl.
It makes me very yeah. I would say that, and she
Okay,
just said it like not too long ago, so that's
okay,
probably why I'm fresh.
okay, that's a good one. So, what life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Woo! How much time we got?
Let's get it. Let's
um,
get it.
the life lesson I had to learn the hard way. It goes back to circle. The circle. No, I take that back.
Okay.
Self accountability.
Mm,
Self accountability. I had to learn how to step out of my own way in a lot of areas, not just writing a book. In life,
in life,
like
right?
self accountability. I had to literally look myself in the mirror on some things and say, what you're doing is wrong. And
Mm,
you can't blame anybody else but yourself.
can't blame anybody else. Wow, yeah, that's a good one.
Man, it was hard,
Yeah,
but
it is hard.
it was necessary.
Absolutely, it's necessary for growth. Yeah,
Absolutely. If you
yeah.
can't, if you're not willing to look yourself in the face and tell the truth to yourself,
Self. Oh, yeah. You're in a bad situation if you can't do that.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It took some time.
Okay.
It took some time.
All right. Do you ask enough questions or do you settle for what you know?
It depends on what the topic is.
Okay.
I'm normally if I'm unsure about certain things,
Mhm.
especially like school related or just learning in general, if there's something that I want to know that I don't know anything about, like I'll ask questions.
Okay.
Especially if I want to get an understanding of it. Um, Sometimes I won't ask a question because it goes back to the conversation we had earlier about checking your circle. Like sometimes when I was able to see which friends or family members or people in the community
Mhm.
didn't really mean me right or didn't really do me justice and didn't really treat me the way I was like I felt like I should been, be treated, I would just overlook it. It was like I don't even need to ask a question to you because I
Right.
already know where you stand. Your actions show me. It's like what James Baldwin said. I think he had a quote that says, "I can't believe what you say because I see what you
What
do."
you do? Yep.
So it's like I don't even need to ask you questions. Your actions are showing me everything that I need to see. So I guess it just depends on the actual like
Situation.
situation.
Okay. That's fair. Last question. What can you do today that you were not capable of doing a year ago?
I do it today. Um, what can I do today that I wasn't able to do a year ago? I would say smile more.
Okay.
I smile a lot more nowadays.
Okay. That's good.
I would say smile a lot more. Last year, not to say that last year was a bad year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think we all have like that one year or a few years where it's just like, Lord, I just thank you for letting me make it up out
Let me
that
just
day.
make it right.
Yeah,
Now I
just
feel
being,
you on that.
yeah, just being
Yes.
mentally exhausted on certain things. So
Yeah.
just learning to appreciate life more and
Hmm.
smile more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get in tune with my feelings and emotions. Because that's been a battle too, especially as a man. Like just learning how to um get in tune with my emotions and learn how to smile more and enjoy the opportunities more. Just
Okay.
take a breath, take the time to smell the flowers, enjoy
I
life.
like that. All right, that's good. So we do have a, it looks like we got a question in our queue from one of our um, audience, and let's see what they're asking. This is from Joni Robinson Doctor.
Oh, that's the
She
queen.
says, "All
Uh,
right, hello there, Queen." She said, "How many times since writing your book have you yourself had to be inspired by something from the book?"
hmm. Oh man. I've had to look at my book several times
Okay.
because it's like I don't have a set number, but I've had to look at my book several times to kind of see like how to lift not mainly like how to lift myself up, but because sometimes like when you go through life, it's not that once you're over something, depending on what it is,
Hmm.
like when you're going through something, sometimes it's easy to fall back and
Hmm.
slip into like old habits if you're not cautious
Right.
or if you lose focus. I think I put that in the book one time. I think I said something about when your future is ready when your past wants you back or something like that. Something along those lines. Or
Okay.
sometimes when you go through life, it's you go through life wanting to feel comfortable, but sometimes being comfortable isn't what's always right for you. So it's easy to
Right.
slip back into old habits. So I found myself a lot looking at my book and just reading, when I was going through certain things. All right, yeah, I remember when I was going through at this moment and that moment. So I need to apply what I wrote to this moment. Because when I actually go
Right.
through now, it did help. So I often go back to my book a lot.
Okay.
It's not a
Okay.
set number, but I really do a lot just to go back and look because like I said, it's my journal. So everything in that book
Right.
I've been through. So certain things about my past, I'm never going back to.
Okay.
But certain things is like, you know what? I fell again. Let me go back and look at this. So
Right.
great question, Queen.
All right. Do we have any other questions for our author tonight? Let's see here. I don't know if it's coming through slow. All right. That looks like the only question so far. Let's see. Okay. Nope. That is the only question so far. I was trying to see because I saw there was a little delay trying to see if anything came through. All right. So if you had to leave one last thought with our audience, what would that be?
Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Take chances. Go after your dreams. Don't settle for what's comfortable.
Mm.
Sometimes your blessing lies in what is actually uncomfortable. So don't be afraid to take chances. Love life. Celebrate those you love. Give them their flowers while they're still here. Just enjoy life. Holiday season is coming up. Enjoy the time. I know we can't do too much because of what's going on, but still, enjoy your time. Find your voice. Find your passion. I believe in God, so put God first. Um, just enjoy life. Life is short.
Life is definitely short. Well, thank you, Mr. Terence Doctor, for joining us tonight. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you.
Again, you can get Mr. Terence Doctor's book on Amazon, or you can reach out to him directly on his social media handles, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, or you can reach him by email to get a copy of the book directly from him at terencedoctor22@gmail.com. So next week we will be on hiatus for Thanksgiving, but on December the 3rd we'll be back with Arthur Tony Buchanan, author of Beauty from Ashes. So we look forward to seeing everyone on December the 3rd. Have a blessed and great Thanksgiving. Again, thank you for joining on Another Level, Authors Babble. Have a good night.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You